The Fiscal Responsibility Report reviews the variance between the actual and targeted performance of government, as well as government's overall implementation of the Fiscal Responsibility Act. The report says in relation to the public sector debt to GDP ratio, given that the ratio was above 60% in 2017, corrective measures ought to have been taken to bring the ratio down to 55% within 3 years by 2020, with a third of the adjustment taking place in the first year, 2018. Former economic advisor to government, Dr. Patrick Entwine, says the debt to GDP ratio is a concern, particularly the Petrocarib debt, given the uncertainty in Venezuela at this time.
The true accounting of all of the debt that the government holds, including Petrocarib, would take it in the vicinity of 72.5 or so percent, if my memory serves me correctly. And I think that is correct. And I think you have to treat the Petrocarib debt in that manner, particularly having regard to the political uncertainties that certainly would have given some buffer if there was more clarity around what the Venezuela situation would have looked.
The FROC report also pointed to what was termed a decrease in the unemployment rate from 32.2% at the end of 2013 to an estimated 20.9% in June 2018. Dr. Entwine is of the belief that the report is not an accurate reflection of what the economic performance looks like.
I think that there are some areas, for instance, where unemployment is likely to be a lot higher than this. St. Mark's and a couple of other of the rural communities, you're likely to see rates where 30, 35, 40% unemployment. We have to make sure that we do not end up in a situation which exists in other countries where the unemployment programs become a fixture, where they become a source of employment themselves rather than a transitory or transitional sort of mechanism. If people are not gainfully employed in those programs, which ought not to be permanent, then I think what you want to do is to make sure that you have education, apprenticeship, and training programs that will essentially enhance their skills and marketability so that they can, in fact, now attract jobs on their own.
The FROC committee has promised a media engagement on Thursday, where the details of the 2018 report will be analyzed. Eugenia Peters, GBN News.